Hi, welcome to PsychologyWorks. I'm Dr. Greenaway, and today we're going to ask the question, what kind of parent are you? Hello, psychologically minded parents. Today we're going to be talking about the different types of parents, the different parenting styles. So I know a lot of parents out there are worried if they're too lax or maybe they're too strict and they're not sure where's that happy medium between having expectations for your kid and trying to do what they want. So today we're going to talk about the 4 basic types of parents. This goes back decades in the research looking at different parenting styles. There are basically 4 of them. If your goal is to have your child develop with a healthy sense of self, an ability to take care of themselves as they get older, and be a well-adjusted person in this world, you're going to want to find out which of the parenting styles is the most likely to get you there. So let's talk about it in terms of 2 different continuums. So the first continuum we're going to write out here, the horizontal continuum. Now this is the continuum of love, nurturing, caring. At this end, we've got a high amount of nurturing, caring, positive regard for your child, and they have a sense of that. Down here, we have the low nurturing and caring. Now, obviously, kids are probably going to do better, you can guess, with more nurturing than low nurturing. The other continuum that's very important, though, is this one. We're going to put vertically. This has to do with expectations, task demand, responsibilities that you put on your child. Up here we've got high expectations, responsibilities. Down here we have low expectations and responsibilities. This would also have to do with discipline, what kind of punishments you use, how are you reinforcing positive behaviors, that sort of thing. So now what we've got are 4 quadrants, and we're going to look at those 4, and those are basically the 4 parenting styles. So let's look at this one first. Let's suppose there is a parent that is low on the nurturing, low on the caring. They really don't show much interest in the child. They may be ignoring the child, or they may even be too critical of the child. But the child's not feeling a lot of warmth and love. And at the same time, this parent we're talking about has low expectations. They really don't give the kid responsibilities. This type of parent we call the neglecting, rejecting parent. And we always want to think of the messages we're sending to our kids. If you think about a neglecting, rejecting parent, the message that sends the child is, you're not important, you're not valuable, you're not worthy, you're not worth my time. And this really has an impact on a child. And they usually end up going through life with a lot of self-doubt, low self-worth, and that leads to other problems, as you can imagine. Let's look up here for a second. Here you have the low nurturing, again, low sense of love, but you have high expectations, a lot of task demand, responsibilities put on the child. We sometimes call this the drill sergeant. This has a different set of problems for the child growing up. They do tend statistically to have less chance of substance use or drug abuse or alcoholism, but they have a lot of other problems emotionally. So we don't want that. Another word for this one is the authoritarian. That's probably the more clinical term for it. Do what I say, don't ask questions. When I say jump, you ask how high, but don't expect me to give you a hug afterwards. That is not the parenting style that I would recommend. Now let's look at this one. We've got high nurturing and caring, and at the same time low expectations, not giving the child responsibilities. These are what we call the helicopter rescue parents. These are the parents who give the child privileges even though they're not doing anything to earn them. These are the parents that are going into the schools and arguing with the teacher that the teacher shouldn't have given their child a punishment, and they're getting the child out of trouble And these kids grow up to be very self-centered and spoiled and selfish. But they also have a deep inner sense of self-doubt, lack of ability. Because think of the message that this sends. This sends the message, you're not capable. You can't do it on your own. I have to come in and solve it for you. You can't be held responsible. You can't, I can't have expectations of you. It sends the message that the child's not reliable. And the child never develops that sense of ability because they're never asked to really do anything. But they do feel loved and nurtured and cared for, so at least they have that going for them. But again, this is not the highly recommended parenting style. If you want your child to be well-adjusted and happy and be able to attain things that they want to attain in life. This is the recommended one up here. This is where you've got the high nurturing and caring. At the same time, you've got responsibilities, reasonable ones. You know, I guess anything can get too high, but you want to have some expectations for your child within reason that they're able to do. This is called the authoritative parenting style. This is the recommended one. And I don't know why they have authoritative and authoritarian, two words that are so similar and hard to remember which one is which. But if you just remember, you want to be nurturing and caring, and at the same time, now this is the difficult part, the balancing, having consequences if the child did something wrong, or withholding privileges if the child isn't doing the things that they're expected to do, while at the same time having that child feel that they are still loved and cared for, even though they're not allowed to use their electronic device that weekend, or even if they have an extra chore to do, the child deep down still feels that they're cared for and that they're valuable and a worthy person. So if you watch my other videos, we'll be talking about how to achieve this authoritative parenting style in a way that's best for your kids. If you like this video, go ahead and click like, and hopefully you're subscribed so that you'll see the other videos as they come up that will also help you be a better parent and deal with some of these oppositional behaviors that kids can sometimes do. And remember, psychology works on parenting, not just oppositional kids, but all kids. See you in the next video.